If you're watching this, there's a good chance that something inside of you has been trying to get your attention for a long time. Maybe it's a dream. Maybe it's an idea. Or maybe it's a version of your life that you can almost picture, but you've never fully gone after. And maybe every once in a while it comes back to the surface. You start thinking about it again. You feel that little spark of excitement. And for a moment, you start imagining what your life could look like if you actually pursued it. But then something else happens. You start thinking, where would I even start? What would I actually do first? What if I try again and it's just as hard as last time? So the idea slowly gets pushed back down. And of course, life gets busy again. Responsibilities take over. And that dream goes quiet for quite some time. Until maybe a few years later, where it pops back again and you feel just as frustrated. If that sounds familiar, I want you to understand something very important. The fact that that dream keeps coming back up is not accident, and it's not coincidence. Most people assume that if they don't know exactly how to achieve something, then they need more preparation. But in reality, the opposite is usually true. You don't need to know how yet. All you need to do is understand how your mind works and how to take the first step in the right direction. This is something that was taught for decades by Bob Proctor through his work and his book, one of them being You Were Born Rich, which has one of the most powerful lessons you can ever learn, which is every single person on this planet is born with enormous potential. But sadly, most people never learn how to express it. Not because they aren't capable, but because they were never taught how to move from a dream to a clear direction. They were never taught how to turn the feeling of, I know I'm meant for more. I know there's this dream inside of me that keeps trying to come to the surface into something actually tangible. Now, when you don't have clarity, everything feels overwhelming. You don't know where to start. You don't know which direction is up. So you do what most people do. You stay where you are. Not because you're lazy, not because you lack ambition, but because the path forward isn't clear yet. That's exactly why I created this webinar. In this training, we're going to talk about how to bring that buried dream back to the surface and start turning it into something real. We're going to explore why that feeling keeps coming back up, why you feel like you're meant for more. We're gonna talk about why most people stay stuck at the I want more, but don't ever do something about it. And we're gonna learn how to create real clarity around what you actually want. And most importantly, we're gonna identify the very first step that moves you out of confusion and into momentum. Because once you take that very first step, something very interesting happens. You see, the path that once looked impossible starts to become visible. And opportunities, they start appearing everywhere. Your thinking changes. And what once felt overwhelming starts becoming something you can actually move toward. So, if there's a part of you that knows you're capable of more, if there's a dream or a goal that keeps resurfacing in your life, and if you're ready to finally gain some clarity about where to begin, then go ahead and register for this webinar. This might be the moment where that idea you've been pushing aside for years finally starts becoming something real. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the webinar.